All right, another topic of things that I love to talk about for anyone who knows me very well. I like to talk about Hebrew. Hebrew, the language. Um, I find it to be an amazing language. I like a challenge. I've been learning it for like quite a while. Like not consistently learning it every single day. It's more like something I do on weekends when I'm not like gonna go out or do anything. I kind of just sit around and like read stuff or learn a few sentences or work on a couple, like maybe one chapter and kind of like learn some stuff. So I know a lot of people are interested in learning languages. Maybe Hebrew specifically, maybe not, but I have some things I'd like to share with anyone who might be interested in learning a language. Um, some things that I do that really help me a lot. Um, the first thing is making it convenient for myself. So, uh, like if I'm gonna be driving a lot, I might want to have CDs I can listen to, or if I'm running or walking around a lot, maybe I'll have like like an iPod or iPhone or something, just kind of like you know upload things or download things, onto my, you know, onto my iPod and just kind of listen to them when I can at my convenience, not when I'm busy or maybe I'm kind of doing something but I can still focus. Um, so that really helps. Also, I really like books. I mean, I know a lot of people are trying to maybe get out of having books, or maybe they don't like having like take up space. That's one problem I have. I don't have enough space for all the books I have. I keep getting more books, but I actually do use my books and read them um, a lot. Like I spend a lot of time reading books, and so I like books. Um, Now these books I'm about to share with you, you can probably get most of them in almost any language. Like basically, a website I like. It's called BYKI. I don't know if it still exists actually, but it's a very good website when it was around. I think it's still around. I haven't checked, but you can get flashcards and things all for free. It's BYKI. It stands for Before You Know It. It's a good resource for starting out. Also, dictionary.com. They have a translator on there. Google Translator, things like that you can just mess around with if you're really interested in learning a language or a language, any language. It's cool to have free tools to use. You can also go to the library if you want to pick up some books or CDs or DVDs or tapes. I don't know if people have cassette tapes anymore. That kind of thing. You can pick those up at the library. Usually they're free. If you turn them back in on time, you don't have to pay anything. You can put them on your computer. You can put them onto your MP3 player or iPhone, iPod, whatever you have. Make it so you can, learn your language by listening to these things while you're driving or walking, or just maybe sit around listening to things in your dorm or in your room or in your house somewhere. So that's really helpful. Those are some helpful tips, like a few tips of ways that I was able to learn Hebrew the way I wanted to. I'm not saying that I would be able to go somewhere like Israel or anywhere in Israel and like bust out Hebrew and like be fluent in it or anything like that. I'm in no way confident in speaking modern Hebrew. I mean, I could probably get by if I had to, but I wouldn't like make much of an effort, I don't think, to try and like openly just like start speaking Hebrew to people. I would probably, speak English as much as possible. Um, just because I don't know, I find Hebrew difficult for me to pronounce, and I get nervous talking to people too, so I think it would be hard for me. It would make it even harder for me to try and pronounce all these words that I mean, another thing for me, other than listening to DVDs and things like that, I've never actually, like, I don't know anybody who really speaks Hebrew. I've been in a few situations, like at religious places, where people were speaking Hebrew or reading Hebrew out loud, but I've never actually heard anyone speak Hebrew, like a native Hebrew speaking person talking in Hebrew. I don't know anyone who speaks Hebrew fluently, like regularly, that I can even talk to in Hebrew. So there are also places online you can go and you can kind of just try and mingle with people online. I've never really tried that too much, but that's how I kind of figured out when I tried it once or twice that that I wasn't really as good as I thought I was, and it's mostly because I'm more interested in reading and writing, because I know I'm not going to be speaking Hebrew to anybody anytime soon. I don't know anyone who speaks Hebrew, so unless I meet someone who speaks Hebrew and wants to practice speaking Hebrew with me very often, I'm probably not going to learn how to actually speak Hebrew with another person. I don't sit around practicing speaking to myself or anything like that. So, I know everyone has their different goals. My goal basically is reading, writing, that kind of thing. So, I'm more into the books that teach me to read and write, but I do have some other books and some other conversational types of materials as well, and I'll show those in a different video for those people who don't want to just use free or easy online like Hebrew resources or other like you can use um like Pimsleur. I think it's called Pimsleur. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. I think Pimsleur. I think that's how you spell it. Usually, at least at my library, my local library, you can rent those for free, and they're CDs that I rented, and I basically just, you know, uh, rip them onto my laptop and then just put them on an MP3 player as well. So I was able to listen to those, or burn DVDs and then not DVDs, sorry, CDs, like audio CDs, and then I was able to kind of play them in the car when I was driving. I drive a lot, I live in LA, so usually when I'm driving one direction somewhere, I usually drive 1 hour one way at least, and then an hour back. So that's like a good 2 hours every day of Hebrew. So I don't only sit in my car listening to Hebrew, by the way, but it's just one of the ways, to learn something. If you're gonna be doing an activity such as driving, or if you take walks every day or something like that, and you just want something to have your brain actually like focusing on something specific instead of kind of wandering off. And it's okay to have your brain wander off, whenever you want to, I guess, as long as you can still get your work done. But sometimes you want to be actually being productive, and it's also okay to be productive, but it's not good to overwork yourself, I guess. So if you're stressed and you need that time to walk or run or drive and not really think, or maybe you just want to listen to music or something, that's okay too. But if you actually want to like learn something and you want to learn a language, also a good way to do it is to just kind of incorporate it into your daily routine, in places where you would be listening to something else, or maybe where you would have free time to listen to it. Even if you're cleaning, you can just play it over your speakers or something like that. And so I think that's an easy way, especially for those types of people who don't really like to sit down at a desk. I don't mind. I can sit at a desk for like hours of a day and, just sit and read, write, whatever. Like to me, I don't know. I don't know why, but that's just something that interests me. If I'm doing one thing and I'm interested and I'm focused, I can sit and do that one thing for like almost every day for multiple hours every day. So, for me, anything that has to do with books, learning through a book or textbook, I can generally sit down and do it, but I know some people have trouble with that. So these are just other methods that you can use, and hopefully it helps somebody.